Okay, everyone. I had few questions from my clients. So this is why I'm making this video. And one of them is how to make the, I guess is rutori yogurt. Now, this is a very, very special culture. Now, if you ever had any, and you can see this is 20 billion. If you ever had any penicillin, gone to the dentist, you have killed most of your flora that gets killed by the antibiotics that you get on a regular basis from the dentist. Now, when the dentist tells you, finally, they're telling you to take some probiotics, they don't specify exactly which one, okay? So, this is very important. This is the one. And you're going to need some of this natural prebiotic. It's basically Jerusalem artichoke that is grounded up. Okay? And now, you're going to need some sort of yogurt maker. Now, this is very important. You can pick up this yogurt maker at any Goodwill. That's where I pick up all of my appliances. Just basically, for the simple fact that you need to have some sort of no more than, actually it has to be now I gotta unplug it and plug it back in. There you go. I like that. Okay, the best thing here, don't mind my dog, it has to be just at 90. Okay, that's way too high, because if you do, it kills the microorganisms. Okay, at 90, basic of body temperature. You just add some water. And I'm not filling all of them because I don't have enough cream. And this is basically the cream. Now, I did not turn on my cream separator because this milk came up with a lot of cream. So I can't wait to basically have this cream that I took and then I had to let it rest. Now, I'm not going to tell you the brand, but you can make this with any type of buffalo or goat's milk. So you're going to see me filling it up 3/4 up for each. And the reason why is because we're going to put the rest we're going to be putting is the cream. Okay. So, no, I can't tell you the brand. But every time I tell a brand, then I can't get any for myself, and I'm so upset. Oh, I forgot to mention the time. Oh, shoot. That means I'm going to have to take this out, because it only automatically is 8 hours. It's actually 32 hours. Okay, so let's set again. Let's see, what does it go to Adam? Let's see. See, I knew it going automatically. Okay, so we are going to again go underneath. We're going to do a 90. See what happens when you're multitasking. Okay, then we're going to start, and we're going to have 32 hours. I'm going to do a 31 just to be on the safe side. Believe it or not, 31 hours disappear before you know it. There you go. 30 hours, okay? And we're going to have it at that. So, 1 capsule of these in each one of those. 1 very small teaspoon. And remember, very small teaspoon. This is probably half the size of a regular teaspoon. Then the thickest cream you can get your hands on. And again, you want it from a carcine animal if you have irritable bowel. Or you can do it with coconut milk. But that's a whole different discussion. I am allergic to the coconut. So there we go. See, did you see the big lumps that came in there? Yeah, so you're going to have to get yourself a supply of cream. And, or you, like I said, that has nothing in it. By just having the cream. See, look, it's accumulating right there, right at the top there, see? The heavy cream milk, and you can just collect the cream. Then you put the caps. Oops, just put the caps. And the next thing you know is you put them in the bath, and you come back 32 hours from now. Now you say, but why are you doing this? Because these capsules are just so expensive, and by the time you get them in your gut and working, you're not really getting much. And you know, you can go through these like candies. I've gone through bottles and bottles and bottles, so this is a much more effective way. Now, another question I got is, oh, well, I can't afford to get all this set up. Well, let me put it this way. This entire setup of what you're looking at has taken me more than 7 years. I didn't do this overnight. Just, I mean, this counter alone, just to get it made to, you know, my specifics, and it was way cheaper to buy the stainless steel and got it measured and got somebody to bend it and make this for me than buying it, because it would have been totally unfeasible just to buy it. So, and that was that I had to do for the cosmetic company. So this is what I already have. This is my already commercial setup. And you don't need any of this other equipment, like this stuff here too. It took me a very long time. I mean, I've been in business over 20 years. So I have collected it. Even the slow cookers. I have never really bought retail. Even this one here that I use, a wax melter, is a coffee machine to keep. I mean, a coffee heater for a party that I got at Goodwill. So don't get intimidated of what you're seeing. This entire room, by the time I started to finish, it's over now with 3 years. And the reason why I decided to sell all of my stuff that I had on eBay, is that, like this dress, for example, that I found. Not only that I love, but now it doesn't fit me anymore. And by the time I'm going to be able to wear it ever again, I probably won't be alive. And when I did start this, I was very sick, and I can't say that I'm like bouncing around now, and this is why I'm going through all the trouble that I'm going through in making cream and things like this. So the bins were, you know, when I started with just one on top of the other, and you know, I started with one shelf at a time, you know, one organization set up at a time. I mean, I'm pretty sure just to finish this room in organizing took me 3 years. Plus, I'm not even finished setting up all the stuff that still needs to go on eBay. And basically, my vintage clothes that are real vintage, a good quality, like I showed you that dress, is, you know, they've maybe been worn a couple of times, you know, like us women. And now it's 30, 40, 50 years later, I still got that beautiful dress. They don't make them like that anymore. And I don't want my son to go through all that stuff and say, oh my God, Mom, you know, like, oh my God, you got so much stuff. Like, you know, like every woman has stuff. I mean, you want to go through, like, just these are 3 boxes of my boots that I collected throughout the time. Some of them are even, you know, damaged and broken that I have to let go, right? So this is why it's called the death pile, right? Because, like, even some of this stuff in here, I have to go through and let go, you know, and liquidate. And like I said, this one, I love the colors. Look at the rough at the bottom. Right, and look at the size that it is. You know, I have been fat. Trust me, I have gone through that period. Now, you say, you know, do you want to get fat to wear this dress? I'm sorry, no. But because that was not a healthy weight for me. But for somebody that has a beautiful, healthy weight, this will fit like, oh my God. It would just be the most amazing dress. Right? So I gotta measure it. I gotta take, you know, I gotta wash it, steam it, and yeah, and then you know, that's why I too a lot of my clothes and a lot of my purses, like for example, this old Gucci wood thing cost what it does is because they're one of a kind. First of all, extremely vintage. And, you know, when I was making money, I could afford, you know, the odd luxury, or it was given to me by a gift. And like I said, now after my research, after like I conditioned the leather back on this wood, because this is an original Gucci with the original tweet, and everything else. And not only I restored it back to its beauty, but then I seal it and I maintain it. Now I'm not going to be using that, even if maybe I'm going to have an occasion, I'm still not going to take it out because now it's listed, it's on eBay, and it's ready for sale. And I want the person that receives this in the most beautiful condition, right? So that's, and it's, like I said, there's from, VHS movies that I have from the time I had my son, right? And my son already has his own collection, and so he's keeping that for his own daughter. So at the end of the day, we end up with a lot of surplus. And so this is why you see what you see here is not to get rich, but so that my son, when I do die, doesn't have to get rid of my old clothes and old stuff. And yeah, give yourself time. Give yourself all the time that you need to set up and how you need to set it up. This is the yogurt so that you can get the best amount of benefit from the yogurt. I'm going to be doing another video, but I'm dying of battery, so I'll show you the fridge. And too, my fridge cave, that is an old fridge that actually wasted a lot of my good food, a couple of $100 worth of food, that it just defrosted and it was beyond being able to be eaten. Now is my cheese cave. So yeah, and I was about to go out the window. It was saved by my deciding of cheese making. Alrighty then.